Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I am, as always, your host, the hero of our time, 30 minutes late. How you doing today? How's it going? Coming to you live from 3:15 a.m. I've been feeling tired earlier in the night. I should have started this episode like 15 minutes ago. I think I'll be fine, but I've been feeling more tired lately. I don't know why. I'm doing well though. Thanks for asking. Other than a little more tired, hanging in there. Not much today. Nothing too exciting. Another bird flew into my window today. Uh, don't know what it is about Wednesdays, but it's apparently the day where birds fly at my windows. Thinking about maybe putting a sticker out there. Someone suggested this in the Discord, put a sticker to try and stop the birds from flying into your window. I was thinking maybe a bullseye, so I can and rank them. Maybe write a ranking per bird on the window in marker maybe. Anyway, uh, not doing not a whole lot today. It's finished my stream not too long ago. Been playing Darkest Dungeon, having a good time with that. I should. I've alluded to it in a few episodes, but I should be bringing Subnautica over soon because the VODs are expiring, and then I'll probably start working on getting Darkest Dungeon over here. It's just gonna be raw VODs from here on, like a 20-minute increments. It's just I lose the drive too quickly. Got like 9 episodes out of me for Subnautica, then I went on vacation though, and I was like, whatever. I missed like 1, and then I went, oh well. The cycle is broken. That's why I try to keep these videos consistent. If I ever miss one, I'm worried I'll just drop it forever. Like, oh well, I missed one, that's the end. Anyway, for today's intro, I actually don't have a question for you, but a few intros ago I talked about something I hated, and that was mosquitoes. Today I want to talk about something I love, because, balance it out. I was thinking about that. I was like, I talked about something I hated. Should counterbalance this. I don't want to be someone who's like, oh, I'm mad and I hate everything. I want to offer another side. You know what I really like? You know what I love? Cinnamon. I had some rice pudding before this to fill me up, and I put a bunch of cinnamon on it. And I gotta tell you, cinnamon, definitely my favorite spice. It goes so well on everything. Is it the best spice? Maybe. If you want a question for this that maybe I've already asked, but I don't know. What's the best spice? I think it's cinnamon, obviously, but there's some good ones out there. It's also like what constitutes a spice is another part of this. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'm gonna pause the recording really quick because I want to light my candle for this episode, and then we're gonna go. Alright, there we go. If you're wondering, this candle is lilac scented, so if you smell it, that's what you're smelling. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Shall we get into it? We're Wurmkin Umbra today. It's Rage Talos, Darkness Arcus, Patient Seraph, Proclamation, Packed Morsels, Soul Siphon. Darkness Arcus, Arcus is the one that I really don't know. What does this mean? It doesn't actually matter that much. I feel like I don't actually have to care that much about which Talos or which Arcus it was. I used to care for, Rage Talos killing Tethys, but that stopped mattering a long time ago. Everything kills Tethys now. The only thing I really have to consider is Patient Seraph, and I do have to consider Patient Seraph in a combo like this, but let's see what we get when we get there. This is a setup that I wouldn't mind playing Reap. I've been saying that a lot lately, but I wouldn't mind playing Reap here. I'm gonna go Mask of Penumbra. Please show me Reap. It's like, why do I get my hopes up? Why do I do this to myself? I know what's gonna happen here. Why did I get my hopes up? For what? For what? I'll play Corruptor because there's a fun line we can play if they show Morsel Master. Really fun line. You pick up Morsel Master and you play Corruptor Chef, and then you play Morsel Master and you duplicate the morsels, and then the duplicated morsels kill things with the extra echoes, and that's very fun. You need to answer some of the problems, like Chef dying, but you can, if you have enough morsel generation and enough space, you can just keep making morsels and that fixes everything. But we'll see what we get. It's a fun line either way. We can also see the Bogfly line, but last time I saw the Bogfly line, I got very overconfident and then died, so we won't do that here. And down to slam bottom floor as well. Look at this, we get morsels that do 10 damage. What'll they think of next? Oh yeah, you're a 3-space champ. This morsel goes mid-floor then. I could put it top floor and take an Ember Drain to guarantee Collector potentially, but I think the odds are pretty in our favor to get Collector there. I think that playing Morsels is better than putting a Train Steward down and having it live, so we just have the Train Steward take this hit. Yeah, this works. Take a second there. Matt's dead too. I was like, oh no, he's gonna keep the Ember Drain. No, he's not gonna keep the Ember Drain. We just play the Train Steward afterwards. It doesn't matter a lot because we're going to crush the boss, and most likely we're not going to even... I don't have to kill this wave, but I'm going to kill this wave. But I probably didn't have to kill this wave because the boss should die before it goes up there. Maybe not. Hang on, let me look at all my morsels. Probably just 2 damage shield ones kills them. Close enough, right? Like, I could Proclamation, but then I'm gonna lose a lot. You play one more, there it is. Figured it out. We'll see, I think that there's... really, other than Morsel Master, there is not another unit that I'm interested in seeing. When I said I wanted to play Reap, I didn't mean like this. Would have liked to have seen some commons here. Seeing these uncommons is a real shame. Soul Cripple is okay. Like, this kills Talos. I feel like Talos should already be dead, but like, this does help. I'll try it out. I don't rate Soul Cripple too highly, but maybe it'll be cool here. Oh, Space Prism's good. Yeah, more space for this champ is what you want. You just want to fill up the floor. Steel Shot. Quick plus 25 damage, shield 3. Wow, this is just this is terrible. This is so awful. It is... Let me tell you about one of my nightmare starts. One of my nightmare starts, it's gotta be no unit draft, only an Umbra banner, and the Umbra banner looks like Morsel Maker Shadow Eater. Ooh, buddy. I will click Morsel Maker, but I'm not happy about it. I think that Morsel Maker is fine. We give it some HP, we throw it in front, it's fine. Putting it in front, its morsels will die. And no unit draft here. Oh god. Scary. This one's gonna be a challenging seed to find the win on. Not gonna take any trials. I think we're weak and I don't want to take a trial for money. If it's a unit draft trial, you know I'm picking it. But money, I'm not so interested in. I can play mid 4, right? So if you play top 4, this unit's effectively 3 space, right? This is 6 space total. So even in the best of times, space prisming, like nothing, I don't gain anything. So I may as well put the chef and the morsel maker here. And I'm going to put the morsel maker behind. I think it does matter. Just a little bit, not a ton. I think it matters to put him behind though, because if you put him behind, these morsels spawn, and these morsels will do some damage. Not a ton of damage, mind you, but they'll do some damage. Okay, we'll do this. It's fine. We might take a little hit here. Sorry, I'm distracted because my OBS got minimized, and I gotta make sure that I'm not muted right now. Had a quick aside. Hey, what if I'm muted right now? I'm not, but what if I was? Wouldn't that suck? Answer? Yeah, that would suck. Taking another Ember Drain to kill this enemy. We're chilling. You need to remember about the Mask of Penumbra. This is something I'm going to forget a lot. Because I have to play a morsel card. So I took Mask of Penumbra because we're going to keep Shade Splitter for a long time. Because it's infused. So just throwing a morsel down is now plus on card draw. If I don't throw a morsel down, does it give me a draw when the morsel maker makes a morsel? It doesn't. Because it says when you play. That makes sense, actually. Alright. This run is an example of a very weak run that we're playing very slowly to leave the early game alive. I think this run, as much as I would love to pick the infused Echo transfer, I think this run is definitely taking Echo Infusion as a survivability option for our front line. I think that is our main survivability option here. Making of a morsel is not a bad ad. So I don't think that we're going to stay on Morsel Maker. I hope that we're not going to stay on Morsel Maker. I'm very hopeful. So, you know, making our own morsels is fine. I have to see a unit. There's just no way that I can go without seeing a unit here. I have to just see a good unit here, hopefully. Hey, Keeper of Echoes. Keeper of Echoes is what I would like to have... I wish I was playing the other one, right? Add Echoes on Strike. But I'm not. First of Kin is very thick. How much etch do we have? 2? 3, 4, 5? Soul Siphon's not really etch. Down to play Keeper of Echoes, but I don't know how I'm going to play Keeper of Echoes and have it do anything meaningful here. I'll click it because like it's got to be better than Morsel Maker, but I don't think it's actually that much better because it's to friendly units, right? So we need to be loading up the floor for Keeper of Echoes to really pay out. We try it. Let's try doing something real out of left field here, something that I would never do. I want to try doing something like Intrinsic Space Prism and then pick space, and that's 7 space, and we just try playing a bunch of units on a floor. Maybe even go so far as to 8 space. Oh my god, it's time. It's time. I'm picking Spikedriver Colony. It's time. It's time. My run that had no purpose and was confused is now focused. And I'm focused on Spikedriver Colony. This unit is insane for us. Like, if we see plus 25 multi-strike and this thing goes mad. If we see, honestly, like whatever we see, we put on it and it just goes nuts. Because our problem is it's just morsels. It's actually just morsels. These things are gonna fill the role of a bunch of little goons that have multi-strike and get great value from these strong buffs. That's crazy. I was just talking about how I think that thing is never gonna get stamped too. This is the run. This is the run for it. I'm excited now. I'm really excited about this run now. So we're gonna play it slow. We got 3 temples coming up. 4 temple runs, sadly. I can cheat. So we're not going to play it. We don't play it yet. I believe pretty confidently that the duplicate doesn't copy. I'm gonna be pushing it too much. I think the duplicate doesn't cost you echoes, is what I'm thinking. Assuming I infuse something on the Spikedriver Colony, which I will. Rage Talus is rather scary here, but can't use morsels to chump for this. I think I'd play top and then I just Space Prism out Morsel Maker at some point. Yeah, so this was a misplay because I lose 1-1. It's actually like Keeper of Echoes is gonna die if I play him here. A 100% Keeper of Echoes is gonna die if I play him here, right? Let me try it. Let's see how he does. There's draws where he'll live, so I don't know, maybe I'll be shocked. That morsel play was really bad. Thankfully we didn't draw something I cared about, but that play could have been real bad. I wonder if I just toss the Keeper of Echoes. I could always just go for the infusion on him, but I don't know. Stewards die. I'm gonna wait on Morsel Maker, right? We just let him build up. We'll get a Space Prism and then we'll send it on him. Yeah, just It's important to keep paying off clergymen, but I am going to start to see some pain. Yeah, our boy dies. This is not a surprise. I did say I'm pretty sure he's gonna die. We have to soul siphon him to keep him alive, and I think it's worth it. I'm gonna lose 2 energy on the next turn. He's like, obviously he's alive right now, but our next turn doesn't need energy for much, so I'm happy to soul siphon and get the 4 inspires, because we can then also proclamate and save a little more damage even. It's too bad that I would actually love to keep Train Steward alive here somehow. I don't think so. Too bad. Love to get a morsel eaten there. Offset this Ember Drain. It's alright. Yeah, he's at 8. Now we get to start using morsels to take hits though. Ooh, or lifesteal. Ooh, or lifesteal. 10, 15, 20. The problem is that this is more health than he has coming at him. What's in the packed morsels? It's like the problem here, the very clear issue. I can't. If I play morsel here, which I'm gonna play the lifesteal morsel, and I will proclamation. Maybe we'll think about it a little more. Like these morsels can't kill anything here. If I could kill 2 of these guys, I would feel pretty good. Proclamation. Actually, I can kill 2 of these guys. Never mind. We can go. And then we play Magma Morsel, Magma Morsel. The morsels rise up. I don't know if I need to be maximizing this in this manner, but I am. He's 5 HP. I guess it's like. I took 2 damage for this as well, and that's not something that I worry too much about here. I think we will now get the hit off just barely, using a Jewel Word to tank, and then he heals to full, and we're chilling. You know what, I think I did need to min-max this in this manner, although Talos has taken a huge amount of damage from the Reap. Yeah, I'm actually, the thing that I'm more surprised about is that Soul Cripple ends up panning out pretty well here. I wasn't sure, like I didn't think Soul Cripple was gonna end up doing much. But it has chunked like 200 off of Talos for us. We drew Morsel Maker, so the fight would have been fine either way. But, you know, good to see the Soul Cripple do something for me here, because I never like it. I never like Soul Cripple. Alright, pretty good fight. I sacked 2 health to guarantee this. In reality, maybe we could have saved that 2 health if I looked a little closer on it, but I was more worried about not randomly dying here. Echoes is pretty bad, and Perfect Insanity as well. Like, Echoes is usually very good, but I do not like it here, because I'm going to have a bunch of small units with multi-strike, and there's no reason to take Echoes. It weakens my floor overall. Forever Consumed is okay, but I think we want to keep our deck a little thinner because our big unit, our big payoff is not going to have draw priority. I actually could take one of these dogs here. I'm not going to take the First of Kin. These Spikedriver colonies just need health to survive, I feel. So I could take a Crucible Warden or a Crucible Collector, sit on it for a combat, and then give like damage shield 5. Which is pretty good. I'm down for it. I think it's good. And we're gonna take space. And we might even end up taking double space here. We'll see. We will see. Going right. I was thinking about grabbing that Umbra banner, but I got a dog, so we're good. There's some Train Stewards. So I want to put... Let's see what we see. Spikedriver Colony gets... Quick isn't bad, but it's not really that enticing. I mean, it's probably 4 of these with Quick just tear things up. Yeah, I'll give it a shot with Quick. Quick Spikedriver sounds okay. But you could also give a Morsel Maker Infusion. The problem then is that they have to live the first round, but then they get 6 per round, which is you only have to answer 3 on Divinity. I don't know about this Quick. I also don't know what the upgrade they're gonna get is. Multi-strike. I'm just gonna give health. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel confident enough in multi-strike here. It's like, oh, but it's kinda tempting, isn't it? Isn't it kinda tempting? I think it's too greedy. I don't think you need to. I would like to, but I don't think you need to. I think that's flying too close to the sun. I'll fix my deck a little bit. Actually, maybe I want to hold Morsel Maker. Where am I going in the next ring? I'm gonna go removals. I think I don't need to spend my money right now. I can just take this, actually. I'll take the 100 gold 10 pack shard trade, and then we'll just drop another train steward. It's fine. If this works out how I feel like it's gonna work out, I think we're just gonna do like 1,000,000. We're gonna do so much damage here. I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm also really worried because I think Spikedriver Colony might just super let me down by drawing late. Because it's not a draw priority unit, I'm pretty confident. Let's see what our draw is. Throw this one away. Soul Siphon? Keeper of Echoes, Crucible Warden. I don't think it really matters all that much. I can play Crucible Warden here, he's fine. He's not crazy, but he's not bad. Soul Siphon top 4 fork. Just because it's out of the way. Can nothing get infused here on 10? I wonder. Okay, Morsel Maker's worth. He's definitely worth. He just with Morsel Maker in the fray here, I just basically end my turn every round, right? Yeah, like this is part of the strategy here. Like, the initial strategy. This is not what we ended up getting to play, but you just get a 40 and a 46 every turn out of Morsel Maker, and you get some good stuff. And my turn. No, I should. This is actually a bit of a misplay. I should be drawing the 1 extra card to get to Spikedriver sooner. I have to kill it myself, which is not a real issue. It's just annoying. I didn't think about the fact that I'd have to kill it myself here, actually. Put a top 4 and then triple fracture should kill it. I will not get another one, I don't believe, here. No, I will not get another one. Well, we got the 2. Yeah, I mean, that fight right there is just an example of have a lot of bodies strategy for this chef. Return Soul is always good. Is it good here? Probably still good, yeah. No, Kid Stone's cool. I'm gonna grab Return Soul. That's good. Engine upgrade's also decent. I can probably just take double space with this and then see where that leads me. Yeah, sure. I'm fighting the good fight against my 30 card deck, but then they keep offering me good cards. I don't know what to do. Kill another Train Steward, I guess. I'm not ready to part with Morsel Maker yet. I'm gonna part with Shade Splitter, I think. Actually, Pack Morsels is worse. Yeah, because we want to remove cards. So why is it why is it important to differentiate here? Pack Morsels is worse because it's not infused, and I don't care. After I draw my cards for the first time, I don't care. It's just how fast do we get to Spikedriver Colony right now. We'll go ahead. Here's the strat. I want to go. So we're gonna have this one with the Crucible Warden infusion, and that's gonna be the one that dies. This is the Spikedriver Colony I'm going to try and kill consistently. 45. 25, 25. I'll worry a little more about pack shards in the next ring. I want to get our deck a little more stable before I start grabbing pack shards all willy-nilly, you know? Unless there's an intrinsic in there, in which case I'll probably grab it willy-nilly. Yeah, another pack morsels is fine as a removal here. Keeper of Echoes and Morsel Maker, I know you're thinking, but I'm not ready to part with them yet. Keeper of Echoes I could probably toss. I'll throw a plus 10 piercing here. I think that I need to do this for my... Because then we go... 15 here puts me at 60. 15 here puts me at 75. I think I'm over by 5 always right now. About 10 here puts me at 55. 65, I'm off by 10 then. I could just duplicate something for that. It's a little bit better, probably. I'll look for intrinsic Space Prism here and then try to dupe it. Is what I'm hoping for. Oh, if we go over by 5, it's probably not the end of the world also. Alright, let's go. My goal here is to get the upgrade. Mark of Invasion should be fine. We're gonna play top 4. My goal here is to get the upgrade onto my Spikedriver here. Mostly just excited to see what it is. I think Spikedriver is a little better than Morsel Maker here. However, I also think that I will not play Morsel Maker and I'll save him to chip stealth away from the final from the old boss. And then this Spikedriver sits on the floor for now. It does make our Keeper of Echoes take more damage, which is a little worrying, but probably fine. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. Oh yeah, and then I could have got it, and then that didn't work either. That was a bad sequence of events out of your boy, and I'm not punished. The video game does not punish me. This is bullshit. This is the one that I just send to its death over and over. If I could just intrinsic this Space Prism, it would be nice. Oh well. Keeper of Echoes struggles to live right now, it feels like. Common problem I think he faces. Oh well. I'm gonna try to kill this marksman. I think the Keeper of Echoes is struggling a little bit up there. He'll get there. It's just a bit of work. Pretty good proclamation, I guess. Because then we get more damage. We're gonna take some damage. We expect to take some chip damage. I've been trying to play it cool because I'm expecting situations like this one. Oh wow, nothing more to draw. Thing did not die. I expected it to die, and it didn't. What do you want to do with Morsel Maker here? Tough question. On the one hand, just putting him down with Spikedriver does seem good. But on the other hand, like, I just put him up here, right? Put him in front of the Spikedriver on the top floor. I really want this Spikedriver on top floor to not die. I think I do put Morsel Maker up here. I have nothing else to put up here at this point. Wait, go get him, buddy. Order well, I know. I know. Okay. Spikedriver down here dies, gets duplicated. I didn't quite hit my goal, but we got close at least. Sure. May as well take more rounds of stealth, right? Oh no, they get eaten. It's fine. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Dead. Might have been okay to just have half of them unupgraded, or uninfused, but at this point it's going to be 3 infused, 1 uninfused, which is fine too. Could always end up with an infusion as well. Maybe I throw him Keeper of Echoes and it cleans up my pack shard take, actually. Yeah, I might do that. I don't want any of those. Ember Cache is fine, but I would pick this card like 100 times of 100 in this position if the Excavated Embers also got the infusion passed on, because they don't. Hey, you want to pick Prism Retrieval here? Yeah, I do. Non-draw priority unit carry. Prism Retrieval is just another copy of that unit. Get in here, buddy. Grindstone for +5, sure. What's in the temple? Intrinsic, sure. Put that bad boy on a Space Prism. We're at 55. I'll go to 70 here and probably take a duplicate. That sounds right. Go to 70 here for a duplicate. Or not, sorry, 70 for a duplicate, 80 for an infusion, actually. 70 for a duplicate is wrong. 70 for a duplicate here if I want to, but I don't want to. We're gonna go... I'm going to go... So here's where we gotta make the choice now. What am I doing? I think that the Keeper of Echoes infusion is worse than the Morsel Maker infusion, so I'll infuse Morsel Maker onto the uninfused Spikedriver. I'll make sure one of these ones that is infused dies, and then we're just gonna fill a floor with these behind Spine Chef. So I'm gonna remove Keeper of Echoes. He sounded cool, but in this run, he's just not quite there. The run shifted away from him. Keeper of Echoes, I want to believe in Keeper of Echoes. I really do. But I think he's struggling for me right now. I think he's struggling because he's supposed to be on the front line, but he's 20 HP, and he's like, it's rough. When you get right down to it, that's tough, buddy. I don't like it particularly much. Thinking this one over, right? We're at 55. I could duplicate the intrinsic space prism. I have 3. So I have 7 right now, right? Because I have 3 for Chef. And then theoretically 4 for the Spikedrivers. So I don't really want to duplicate anything. I'm going to duplicate Prism Retrieval. Because Prism Retrieval doesn't make my draw into the Spikedrivers any worse. So I think it's fine. I don't think it's crazy. You're far away. How'd you get over there? I don't think it's crazy, but I think it's fine. Ooh, did I just mess up my gain by moving it like that? I hope I didn't. I might have gotten a little louder or a little quieter. Either way. I hope it's neither. Yeah, I want this Spikedriver to live. I don't want to duplicate it. Morsel first this time because we can afford to. Should I play Morsel Maker here? I don't know, and I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to not play Morsel Maker here, and then we'll play Morsel Maker later. This run has draw, kind of. A Soul Siphon here, maybe. We go Crucible Warden, Spikedriver here. And then I think I should draw first. Spikedriver. What does it say too? Oh, the other one's Morsel Maker. I can't hit that though, right? It has to pull from the... Yeah. We do return soul and we just pull back a card to go to 4 here. It's not that strong, but it is pretty good. We want to throw this other one, this other Spikedriver on the bottom floor so that it can just get in there, die, get duplicated, and we can guarantee we get to 4. Because I think if I play 3 of them behind the chef, they should just kill everything. And I can fit the Morsel Maker in after this one dies. It looks like, anyway. Throw the Soul Cripple at Arcus. I could be min-maxing this a lot better. I could definitely be doing this a lot better. I'm being a little lazy right now. I shouldn't be. I should be making sure I give this one my all. Sure. I'll make him free for when I play him later. I will be playing him. Morsel Maker. He's still here for a reason. He's gonna do great work on this boss. Trust. Incanting here never hurts me because I'm gaining a lot of damage every time I incant. Not that card. Okay. I think that it's crazy to me that very recently I said to you, I think that this is the last unit that I'm going to gold or stamp, and then this run happens. It's very crazy to me. Monster Train, it does like to just tell me, hey, you dumb idiot, you were wrong yet again every now and then. And that's what this run feels like. I'm sitting there, I got the chef that gives a bonus to all units attack, and I'm like, huh, they've shown me a lot of garbage units. How am I going to kill a lot of enemies by playing morsels if I didn't get Morsel Master? It doesn't seem right. How you gonna kill? Like, I need a good one space unit that will take the buff from Spine Chef well. And then Monster Train said, hey, did you say Spikedriver Colony? Because Spikedriver Colony is here. And here we are. We got the boys. Might not end up getting Morsel Master down, but I don't think it matters too much at this point. Look at them all. Oh, this is Morsel Maker, by the way. Here he goes. I played him just so he could die for my own amusement. What's the buff? I think the buff is plus 10 attack, but I don't remember. Shroud Spike, Wurmkin Spike, Incubation. Don't want any of these, although the Infused Shroud Spike does activate the Neuron a little bit. So we don't need second space, and I have energy through engine upgrades, so we can take draw. Oh, they get plus 20 baseline. So it's a drop in the bucket, but I'm not against it. I have no qualms with it. I do need to make sure that I get enough pack shards. I'm going to do that by infusing here. I'm going to go ahead and just throw Morsel Maker onto my uninfused Spikedriver. Yep. And then we take 10. The 10 is unfortunately intrinsic, but I mean, intrinsic engine upgrade isn't that bad. Now we have no draw priority units. I actually feel pretty good about just tossing proclamations here. The card that I'm worried about not hitting is a majority of the deck. I'm removing Fractures first because Morsels draw, so they're slightly better. They're kind of like instant root seeds right now for the first one anyway. Pay you money for an artifact. Wingsteel. Yeah, it's more draw. It's probably not worth it because I have to think about it, and also that was a lot of money. I paid a lot for that, but you know. We get plus 20 per echo, so once I play everything out, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units with plus 20 per echo, so 4 units with 80. This is like 800 damage quick after I play everything. And I'm so happy with this run. I cannot express my excitement enough to you because like this is the run that genuinely makes me pretty happy. My favorite runs in these games are the runs where something that I never want to play and never want to pick gets to take a front row seat, and that's this one. I don't want to Heaven Seal here. It's not worth the money. I don't have anything I need to buy, and I don't need to push my luck on the Pyre health. I'm absolutely very glad to have gotten this one here like this. I've been the biggest critic of Spikedriver Colony, so to get to see Spikedriver Colony show up and prove me wrong, very exciting. Or maybe it'll prove me right. It has many things that are to not enjoy. It is a non-draw priority unit, but as you can kind of see here, if you build around it, it's not a problem, right? Because this unit wins as long as you support it like I have. Especially with help from the chef. It's going to just get out of control. The quick ends up being really good, by the way. I was skeptical of the quick, but the quick removes all of my survivability concerns for the chef. And then, so the quick removes the survivability concerns for the chef, and then the Crucible Warden Infusion removes the survivability concerns for the Spikedriver Colony itself, because they now have 5 free rounds on the Divinity. I think that we could run into an issue. Because I'll need to keep some Fractures, or some cards of some description in to pick off spikes. That's something that I should consider. But we really are in a position where I can play these 4 units and then end turn the whole combat, huh? It is 800 damage quick just right out the box. And I'm not gonna stop myself. I'm just gonna press end turn. It feels good. I could do a bunch of little things there. I could play some morsels, make more pack shards, or not make more pack shards, make more charged echoes, fill out the floors. But why? It really is the question. But why? You want to pick a card here that might help the run? We can pick Grovel. Add 1 damage shield. I will pick that. because it's just Patient Seraph could also be a bit of a threat. I think I want to put a Spikedriver colony in front with the damage shield just to keep Chef standing. That's important actually. That's something we want to think about. It's kind of like the Crucible Warden is going to play a really big role in the next two fights, and I didn't think that far ahead about him, but he really is. Like, the infusion's going to be big. I'm going left here because I don't have any more cards that I really think I can remove. Removing these last two fractures is a little risky because I want to use them to pick off spikes. Because if you have a 4 or 4 echoes, you just play the spikes and it's good. Don't need any of these. You could pick Shadow Box maybe, but I don't want to have to play the morsels out. A shame about Pyrostone housing. Faulty Loader's decent. Hold over for what? I mean, I could hold over Echo Infusion, but why? I don't really feel like it. I'll be honest with you. I just don't really feel like it. I will actually buy another removal or two on Shade Splitter. I'm cutting a lot of corners here, but I think I can. I could have taken Faulty Loader instead of 2 removals, but I think that they're very similar. The deck sets up really fast, like 23 cards, Faulty Loader. It's a very similar outcome. You remove 2 more. I don't think it makes a big difference at this point. Man, Spike, can you believe it? Can you believe it, Spikedriver Colony? You finally made it, brother. I'm gonna put 2 of them in front, and then we're gonna put 2 in back. 2 in front should absolutely cover our friend Sarah. Go up to get up on the echoes, right? I mean, as we saw, the enemies don't actually get to take many swings, so the melee weakness is only going to get ticked down by Seraph, I'm pretty sure. In this position. Prism retrieval off the floor. You know, pretend like I care. Could have played a morsel. Seraph just took 600 damage there. Like, you can do a lot more. Seraph took 600 damage. I'll put out more echoes on this turn. Not this turn, sorry. Next turn I'll put out more echoes. I could play Grovel there. Should play Grovel there. I'll put out more echoes on this turn to just really punish Seraph. Yeah, because every one of these is 80 damage or so. Plus whatever Spine Chef gets. So I will go through. We'll incant Seraph because it doesn't really matter. Let's see what the draw is. More morsels. I have all these morsel cards in my deck that I haven't removed. You would think that I was playing a deck that used morsels for something. But no. I mean, I am using the morsels for something. I'm using them to buff my Spikedriver colonies. I'm like, I keep talking about, I'm so surprised by this run though. Because there's 2 things carrying this run. Spikedriver colony, and then the Crucible Warden. Which was not something that I thought about from the perspective of, oh yeah, if I take Crucible Warden, it's gonna save me because damage shield on Seraph the Patient, right? But like, doesn't hurt, does it? I was thinking it more as just a survivability infusion though, because 5 damage shield will be pretty good for the Divinity. Gives 5 free rounds more or less. Which works too. Pretty close to getting the floating kill on Seraph. I could have gotten it if I was a little more diligent, but sadly this is patient. That's your one joke for the night. You can leave now if you were waiting for it. I got him down to 500 pre-relentless. Kind of weak. Yeah, frontline enemies infused with spikes will be the big bane of this run. Because we're working on very limited damage shield, and we're not doing so much damage that we kill the Divinity super quick. So I could see this one getting away from me, actually. I will admit, I shouldn't be complacent here. Chip damage on the Divinity matters. I guess I could just play mid or even bottom floor, depending on the draw, come to think of it. No bottom floor, but could maybe play mid and then just sack one of these guys. But Chef is low health. He's only 100. I don't think it's super good. A potential line that I miss here is double space Prism, or just double space and then play mid floor. I mean, it's still good, right? It's still winning. Almost certainly, but I want to see if I can just disrespect top 4. We have roughly 9 rounds in the bank here before they start to die. And I kind of want to see it, because like the mid 4 play I'm pretty confident would win. I want to see it on the top 4 though. I'm pretty confident in this position you play... You don't play top 4 though. I think you play mid 4. I can draw it at 0, can't I? Because it's a 0 cost unit, right? Yeah. Doesn't get any pluses, but that's fine. If we were mid 4, we'd also be getting an extra 300 damage from morsels here, but alas, or not. One's kind of a wash. Maybe I can... 30... 15 times 4 is what, like 60? 120? I don't think I can kill this enemy through Reap. Oh, I just kill it within Proclamation, actually. I should actually play the turns out. I should throw cards down. We want to get to 2 echoes on each floor so I can infuse Proclamation the Steel Wings. That seems right. And I don't want to return soul cards yet. I guess I could do like a Shade Splitter or 2, but I want to save this right now. I guess I can do it and then just not play the Shade Splitter, and we get 1 more Echo, which is worth some damage. Glad I didn't try to play mid or bottom here actually, because I would have taken a bit. Bottom, all 3 Spikedrivers on the bottom. What a world. And Prism Retrieval. Bottom 4 cards are Spikedriver Colony actually. Doesn't matter the order they get played in. Actually does matter. We would prefer the Spikedriver without damage shield in front for Spike's enemies, now that I think about it. Oh well. And health on the chef seems worth. Okay. Now we wanna pick the 5/10 that's providing spikes here. Put that enemy away. I do it with 2 fractures. Two fractures, and then I go Shade Splitter up here. Throw this unit to the chains. Thinking about if I can kill the Wilt Wings here. I don't believe I can. Can we just play Return Soul? We do it on Echo Infusion. I don't think I need to. I think I'm gonna just burn another Shade Splitter here. I'm running myself out of them, but I don't think that's a big issue. We may as well take 800 damage. Like, it looks very strong, of course, but I think that we are... This is a run that can die at 500 HP left on the Divinity, is what we want to be looking out for here. If the chef dies, we're losing. Like, there's a lot of ways that this one can just get away from you. So you don't want to count your chickens before they hatch here. And other such meaningless words. It feels... Soul Cripple sounds good on paper, but in reality you don't want to play it here, and you don't want to play it here because you want to hold it in case of... There's 10 here. I'll put Grovel on into the chef. You want to hold it for potentially a Spikes enemy on the next round. One could exist. Spike's almost out of cards. Yeah, look at that. And we have Soul Cripple for you. You can also just throw a Fracture and you die over 2 rounds. But I held it. Let me get my draws here. What do you got for me today? Another Grovel? I'm gonna start groveling the guy that's about to start taking 9s every round, it looks like. Also, I just took damage on Weight of Contrition for fun. Oh, also, I'm gonna proclamate the spikes enemy in the front. Yeah, I think we have it, but it's definitely not a combat that I can just coast through. You gotta give the game a little bit of respect on this one. Try going in here. If I could have pinged off the Shade Wings and then tried to punch like 1,000 damage in here. I didn't go for that, but I could have. Play Fracture Shade Splitter. Just make sure you're killing the spikes. Get those out of here ahead of time. Now I can play something like Making of a Morsel, Return Soul, Making of a Morsel. We're just doing it for damage, right? We may as well just keep playing for damage. 600 damage. We're running out of time, but I was able to knock out all the spikes. Our time is running a little short. We're very much on a clock here. That we, like at this point, I can't like Echo Infusion to set the clock back or anything either. We're on a clock here, 100%. No doubt about it. Either the Divinity dies or I die in 2 turns. No in between. I also missed this enemy down here. I think with the sweet boss spawning though, I can just punch a bunch of damage through him. Maybe I should have pinged off Wilt Wings here. Let me set up and let's do some math real quick, shall we? Let's do a math equation here. You're close. We're about to enter Relentless also. So all my boys are at 18. Let me play Shade Splitter. I think that actually I don't even have to do any math. I think that if I just play out all of my spells here, I should kill. Bring back Shade Splitter, it doesn't really matter. You guys Soul Cripple, yeah. Okay, we're right there. Yeah. Now this is me. I cut a few corners in this run, and the run ends up coming down to the wire a little bit. What would you do differently to make this run not look so close? Like, what could I have done to make this run not look like this? Great question. I think that the answer to this is, in a bizarre twist of fate, I think the thing that you could do to make this run look better, because we're not making use of our resources right now, right? We're not making use of this Herschel's compound. I think you could take space here and then make another space prism and then just slot a Keeper of Echoes on this floor. I think you keep the Keeper of Echoes for the Divinity. And you just play like 9 space. Obviously this line worked too, but it's a little bit down to the wire. But I guess it's fine at the end of the day. When I envisioned the run, I did say to myself, or you could just take space and play mid 4, right? But you know, the space and play mid 4, I would have taken a big chunk from the fact that I had 4 of my 6 copies of Spikedriver at the bottom of the deck. I don't know. I guess ultimately we win, and Spikedriver Colony gets its stamp. Hell yeah, brother. Welcome to the club. It's been a long time since we got to go to the logbook. We're pretty close. 2 on almost everything. 1 on Stygian and 3 on Awoken. But anyway. Cool run. I'm gonna remember that moment where I realized I was about to click on Spikedriver Colony for a while. This unit's better than I think it is, right? This is the sort of unit that you pick up in a run where your run has no direction, though, and then it can just take over for you. I tend to not take it because, I don't know, usually by pre-Talos my run has a direction, but this run did not have a direction. I don't think you're ever going to pivot off into Spikedriver Colony, but if you're playing a run that looks like this, where it's just like, yeah, well, I'm going to die in a few rings if I don't have a good plan, you can pick up Spikedriver Colony, give him some upgrades, let him go nuts. He's cool. I'm also pretty sure that without Spikedriver Colony, this run loses. I think that if that line is not offered, I think this run loses. Pretty sure. Not 100% certain. Maybe you could do something with like maybe Infector plus like 2 Keeper of Echoes could win. You do a thing with Crazy Space. You play Infector 2 Keepers. That could win too. Yeah, maybe that would be okay. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy.